In the words of Francis Bacon, wives are young men's mistresses, companions in middle age, and old men's nurses. When you think of marriage, do you think of love or building alliances? When you think of proposals, do you think of romance, or is it like buying a house? In Chinese wedding customs, the groom is not even a part of the proposal. He doesn't get down on his knee and ask his future bride to marry him. They have a go-to person that goes between the families, and it's kind of like a broker who goes between the seller and the buyer in the sale of a house. To quote the book Wild Geese and Tea, an Asian American wedding planner, marriage is too important of a duty to be left in the rash hands of the young. Gifts are sent to the bride's family from the groom's family. If the gifts are well received, the go-to gets the girl's birth date and hour and documents it in a legal document. The boy's family receives the document and puts it on their ancestral altar for 3 days. If no bad omens occur, the go-to person does the same process with the girl's family. If all goes well, both families give their info to an astrological expert to see if the future bride and groom are a good match. If the outcome is favorable, there's a face-to-face meeting to evaluate each family. The parents exchange their credentials to prove their marital intentions. After extensive bargaining between the families, an amount is settled on. The groom's family gives gifts to show appreciation to the bride's family for raising the bride. Once they are married, the girl is given to the family, not just the groom. Before the wedding, there is a wedding bed that gets assembled at the groom's home. Children are invited to sit on the bed as an omen of fertility. The day of the wedding, the girl's hair is washed with a variety of grapefruits to wash away the evil influences. Her hair is styled, and she is carried into the main hall. She is then slipped into a jacket, a skirt, and red shoes. She then has a red silk veil put over her face. The boy dresses in a long gown, red shoes, and has a red sash over his shoulder. He goes and kneels at the altar, where the dad places a cap on his head. The boy then leads a march from his home to the bride's home, and he has a young boy at his side as an omen of his future sons. The bride's family will not surrender her until they are satisfied with money. The bride is then carried to the groom's home and has to step over a lit stove. The fire rids evil spirits from the home. The bride and groom gather together at the altar, where they praise the heaven and the earth. Then they bow to each other, and that ends the Chinese marital ceremony.